Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So today I thought we would have just a relaxed crafting session. What I want to do is, these are all of my scraps that I've got left from scrapbook papers from my winter projects. So I've started to divide them up into piles. So this pile is, I've got lots of papers that were folded over, which could be nice little notebooks. So for these, I'll put some papers in off screen, just stapled in some scrap paper, and then we may very well decorate the covers on, you know, another video. This pile is pockets and tuck spots, and this is a pile of tags and journal cards. So today what we're going to focus on is using these in different ways just to get the bases of things, and then in a future video we can decorate some things up together. Okay, alright, so I have got my candle. I might just need to move it ever so slightly just so I've got a bit more room. So I'm going to start with the tag bases first of all. One thing I did want to mention as well is I had a few scraps outside of these which weren't really anything special, and they were sort of odd sizes. So some of them became 1 inch and 1.5 inch circles, which can be used for, you know, a variety of things. And the other ones became large 2.5 inch circles, which became little paperclip pockets like what you've seen me do previously. So I just wanted to call that out as, you know, another way to use up your scrapbook paper scraps. Okay. All right, so let's start with the tags. So I'm just going to go one by one, and I'm just going to go like how if I was doing it on my own, how I would make decisions, because, you know, this might be useful to some of you. All right, so we've got this little one, which I thought, because of this detail, it's already pretty much decorated up as a tag. And then on the back we can just, you know, mat some paper on there, because I don't want to lose all of the music sheet. I just want a little bit of a scrap there. But anyway, first things first, I want to just tidy up one edge. So I think I tore it at some point. Simple, simple. We are straight, I believe. So this one, very simple to get us started. We can then just put the tag shape in. So that's that. It's me, hello. This is just one of my old business cards. I just use it as a template. So that's that. And then for this one, I will go ahead and put a hole in it. Because as I say, I'm not going to cover up the back completely. I'm only going to mat some writing paper on the back. So there we go. That's going to need very little decoration. All right, what's next? This one I thought could be a journal card. We've got some nice decoration here. So yeah, I think I wanted it, you know, landscape. This is going to want some decoration. Fine to write on the back. So simple, simple. I'm just going to round the corners of this one. And then I'll put this to one side as one we can decorate together in a future video. Yeah, my rounder, I have to do it sort of double times to get like a nice edge, but there we go. Bases of a journal card, nice size for that. Right, this is a complete scrap, so I think I'll just put this to one side as, I'll probably just put a deep tag shape in it, like so. And then, yeah, this is just the basis of something. We're probably going to collage it and add some fussy cuts, but that can wait for another time. I will put the hole in. Okay, right, that's ready for decorating. This one, I just want to tidy up this edge. And that's going to want backing completely. And then this can be decorated. So again, I'm going to go with a deep tag shape. So I'm filming this just a couple of days before Christmas. It's the Thursday before Christmas, so we've only got about 3 days left to go. That's it. And then I won't put the hole in for this one because I want to completely cover that, so I'll wait to do that. What's next? This one. Again, this looks to be a nice tag. I'm just going to take the bottom down a bit. That's it. And I'll leave the rest. So again, tag shape. So you'll see this after Christmas. So I think I've already said on a previous video, but I hope you did have a lovely Christmas. And then I will just take off the top actually, because I've just seen a little bit of glue from the, like when you tear it off of the paper pad. And again, I'll probably mat some paper on there so I can put the hole in straight away. Okay. This one definitely needs some straightening up, so let's get a straight edge going on all sides. So yeah, I appreciate this first part is not so thrilling, but I thought I would film it because, you know, it might be interesting to some of you. But it would be helpful if I could get a straight edge going. Okay, has that done it? No, it has not. Okay, that's straight now. It took me a while, so I've just, yeah, put the tag shape in the hole. Once again, just want to get rid of that part. And then I don't know whether to do some journal cards, but I think because of the way this is, I am going to make this a tag shape as well. There we go. So yeah, I hope you had a lovely Christmas. Last night, so as I say, I'm filming this ahead, so conversations might not make the most sense sometimes, but I do try. We went to ice skating and crazy golf last night, which was very, very fun. And the crazy golf was glow in the dark, which was a lot of fun. So this one, I'm thinking to use it as a journal card because of the nice sort of squarish type shape. And again, this is fine to write on the back. Just want some decorating. So for this, I'll just round the corners. That's that. And we've got another nice tag shape here. But we have got a lot of tags, so part of me is thinking, should I round this one just for a bit of interest? I think I will, but I'll wait until I've backed it because I want to completely cover this part up and then we can decorate the front there. And then last but not least, I just want to give that a nicer edge down here. That's it. So as I say, this one again could have been anything really, but I quite liked this as a tag border. And again, this one, just to vary it up, I think I'll make this into a journal card shape. So again, I'll back it completely and then round the corners. So that's all those bases pretty much ready for decorating. So as I say, we'll do that on another video. So that got through a bunch of those. So next onto my pile of pockets. So again, I'm just going to do the same thing and yeah, just work through them. If I find that there's lots of things that are going to be the same sort of deal, then I will pause and do a few of them off screen. Right, so I just want to make sure this is nicely straight. I think it is, but I think it just wants a little bit tidying up. And these types of shapes I thought would be nice for a gusseted pocket. So I'm going to want my scoreboard. So where is that? There it is. It's hiding under some papers. Okay, so you've seen me do these pockets plenty of times, but I'm just going to turn this around. So I'm going to do this one at 1/4 inch and 1/4 inch. Just checking. Yeah, you can see. And 1/4 inch at the bottom. Oops. Like so. And then we're going to, when you do that, you get these little squares in the corner, and we're just going to cut those off in sort of a, almost like a diagonally type shape, like that. And then we're just going to do some diagonal points up here, fold those over. And then you have a gusseted pocket ready to go. I think I just want to tidy up this corner a bit, so I'm just going to come in a little bit more. That's it. There we go, much better. And then we have a pocket ready to go. And for this, I'm going to put a thumb notch in the top there. That's my 1 inch punch. And we have a pocket ready for decorating. So we want to just burnish these down. That's that. Okay, ready for decorating. So I've got another couple of those. I think this is the same sort of paper. It's a linen paper. I think I used it to make pockets for one of the flip out pieces that we did. That's it. And then we'll do the 1/4 inch again. So I think I've got a few of these types of pockets to do. So as I say, I'll do a couple and then I'll do the others off screen and just show you how they look. And then obviously when we're ready to decorate, that'll be more interesting probably. But I just thought I would show the process because why is that not wanting to go in? Yeah, that's it. Because yeah, we all have scrapbook paper scraps, and you know, it's one of those things when you finish a project, or you know, you've made all the ephemera pieces that you wanted to make, you might be stuck with all of these scraps, not really knowing what to do with them. So you know, it might just be interesting for you to see, like, you know, why certain things become certain things. And really the basis of it is that I was looking at the scraps for what size they are, what's on the front and back. So, you know, was it something that I wanted to see both front and back, or did I not like the back as much? You know, that sort of thing. So yeah. Right, so this one has got a hinge already. So what I think I might do is I'm going to go through my pockets and just going to find ones that want doing the exact same thing as that whilst I've got the scoreboard in front of me. For example, that one probably. And then I'll get all those done, show you what they look like, and then we can move on to some more interesting pockets. So I'll be right back. So I've done a bunch more gusseted pockets, and I just wanted to mention about when you get larger scraps like this, what you'll want to do is have a look at how wide that is. So this is 6 inches across, that's obviously going to be too wide for a journal page, but because we're adding the gusset, it will obviously make that narrower. Now I want to aim for 5 inches, I think, so that would mean that I would do a 1/2 inch on as the gusset rather than a 1/4 inch, because that would obviously bring the size down quite a bit. Being a larger pocket as well, the larger gusset, wider gusset, allows for more to go in the pocket too. So I just thought I would mention that because, you know, the different sizes of your scraps will mean different sized pockets, even if they're made the same way. You know, we're still doing the corners. Yeah, the only difference is, yeah, you'll get different sizes and of course different amounts of things to go in the pockets. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that because you might not be aware. We might be, and yeah. Well, yeah, some of you might not be aware. And then for these larger ones, I've been using my larger circle punch, still in the middle, to give us that nice thumb notch. So you see, same way as this one, but just this is a 1/2 inch gusset, this is a 1/4 inch gusset, and we've got a large circle and a small circle as the thumb notches. So I've got a whole bunch of those. So let me just pop this away because I don't think we'll need it, but we might. I'm at least done with making gusseted pockets. So let me just clear the decks a bit. I haven't bone folded them yet because, as I say, I was just making that one and thought, oh, I best say about larger pockets and larger gussets. So we have this one. And yeah, I guess I should tell you why I decided different pocket, you know, this type of a pocket. So I went with that for this one because there wasn't really much to the pattern. Lovely pattern. But, you know, by adding this gusset at the bottom and on the sides, I haven't lost anything from the pattern. You know, I haven't gone through an animal or something like that. I'm just simply made it smaller, but we've still had that beautiful floral pattern. So, you know, that's something. You know, likewise with these ones, they're just plain red really with a bit of flowers on. So perfect for decorating up. And by adding the gusset, I haven't lost anything. What I have gained though is a nice big gusseted pocket, which will fit, you know, not loads, but you know, some things. So that's those. I've got this one, which again, by adding the gussets in, I haven't lost much from the pattern. So for this, I added a 1/2 inch gusset to the two sides and a 1/4 inch at the bottom because I didn't want to lose too much of the depth, because this was only, how deep is it? Is a 3 inch scrap this way. So by adding a 1/4 inch gusset, we've got a 2 1/4 inch depth. You see what I mean? It's, you sort of work with the pattern that's in front of you and the size of the scrap, and before you know it, the idea for what you're going to do with it comes to mind. And these are really easy pockets that are just ready. Like, I don't need to decorate this, it's already decorated for me. So that's that one. Then we've got this one, likewise, it was just a, you know, it's just holly on it. So by adding the gussets, I haven't lost anything. And likewise this one, again, just a very simple decoration on it. And then obviously I can add further decoration. And then of course I've got the two white ones, which are just plain and begging for some decoration. So I've got from that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gusseted pockets. Okay, right, shall we do something a little more interesting now? Let's have a look at what we got here. All right, so this scrap. Now this is very thick card, much thicker than, say, this. You can probably hear the difference. So I can't add gussets to it. What I can do though is just straighten one edge. And what I thought I might do is, because it's nice and thick, it could be a side tuck. So I am going to take off this side up to this pretty border. So just lining up that gold. That's it. So what we have now is a side tuck. So we've got this pretty border down the side. This can absolutely have more decoration on it because it's just the plain, you know, it's not plain, it's got detail in it, but it is just, you know, background paper. And then this can be, you know, a side tuck. So if I was going to do that, would I want to round the corners? Possibly. So I would have this be the part that I glue because I've got that nice border, and we would put things in this way. So I might want to round this top edge here, like that. And I'll leave that for now. I might just have this one part rounded. I might round this corner, excuse me, depending on whether it's going to be a side pocket or a side tuck. If it's going to be a tuck, I'll leave it as that. If it's going to be a side pocket, I'll add a thumb notch here and round this corner here. And in fact, I'm actually going to do that because I think I prefer that for this particular piece. So there we are. I just thought I would mention because, yeah, different things mean different ways to deal with them, I guess. Oops. Oh goodness, that shot up like nobody's business. There we go. So then this is now a small side tuck, a side pocket, sorry. So for that, I would glue it on 3 sides and have the things go in here. Okay. All right. I just need to pause and go get myself a drink because I've been sat here for a little while now and haven't had one. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'll be right back and we'll carry on with this little pile that I've got next to me. Before I do that, I just want to look at this scrap that I've just cut off. It's a strip, so I'm going to put it in my box of strips. I just have this on my desk. I'm slowly whittling my way through them by doing like dangles, and they're good for like page borders. So, you know, maybe in a future video we could have like, I'm just making it up now, but you know, you can do this kind of a thing, add some decoration, and then maybe that's a side page edge, maybe it's a like a side tuck of something interesting, or you know, you can layer them up into dangles and fold them over and make paper clips. You know, you can do all sorts of things with your strips, so you know, don't throw away big ones. I do throw away, you know, piddly little things like these. Of course, I'm not going to keep bits like this. Yeah, we don't need to keep every strip, but I just thought I'd mention that, you know, things like that. And you know, we're clearing the decks because they're going off into their little home with all the rest of the strips. So they're not, you know, they're not staying in our way kind of thing. So yeah, anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. Right, I'll be right back. I just want to go and get myself a drink. All right, I'm back. That's better. Okay, where were we? So, this little foxy was, again, an offcut, a scrap. That's what we're doing today, isn't it? And I would like him to be a pocket because, you know, he's a good size across. That's 3 1/4 inches, and you know, a good height, so it would be ideal for just a thin tag. But of course I can't put gussets in because otherwise I would lose part of my fox, which I wouldn't want to do. So I'm just going to tidy up this edge. That's it. And we're just going to simply, and that edge, because I've got a bit of a like the paper is bent slightly, so I'll just do that to get rid of that corner. That's it. Did I make that not straight now? Maybe. Let's just double check. That's it. Okay, so all I want to do then is put a thumb notch in the middle so that we're ready to go from that perspective, and I would just glue it on 3 sides. Now, because of the size of it, I am thinking like we could use that on top of an envelope and have the envelope flip out. That's actually a really nice size for that envelope as well, isn't it? You know, that type of thing. And then if we had a tag that was sort of here, I don't know if this would, let's just pretend this fits. Actually, that looks like it would fit really nicely. One we've made earlier, there we go. And then this can be flip out and I could have something in the envelope if I wanted. So yeah, that's an option for that one. Okay, moving on. Right, I've got these 2 little pieces which they have like a flap on it. I guess I think this was when I was trying to make some pockets, and they went, or was it when I was making my like flip out thing with the window frames? It might have been. Anyway, now because of their size, they're very small. So if I were to put gussets on all of this, they would be very small pockets, which I don't want tiny things unless it's for something specific. So I'm wondering if I could just keep them as flip outs. They're blank on the back, so they would be good for writing spots whilst being decorative. So I'm just going to mitre those corners like so. That's it. And then I think I will round the corners just to give them a nicer look. Softer look, I should say, not nicer. Just softer. That's it. So do that. You know what I'm thinking? So this could be a flip out on anything, couldn't it? But I'm wondering whether to do it as a flip out on like a tag or a journal card, like how I did in my Edith Holden series. I was inspired by somebody to make a flippy tag. So would want it to be red or grey, but I need it to be like a wide one, so I think those are not going to be quite right. I've got this envelope again. Oh, that's upside down. Okay. So, you know, we could have little flip outs, and then they flip out for writing space. That could be fun. That's on the envelope. I like it on the journal card, actually. I like that they overlap each other. So you have to open one and then open the other. But so yeah, what I might do then is get another piece of paper, not this one because the grey's, this is the wrong type of grey, I think. I would want to get one from the same paper pad and then basically have it the same size. So I might do that and then have them be flip outs for, yeah, a flip out for a writing spot, and then you've got space to write on the back of your journal card. Again, they'll only want simple decoration. Okay, right. Again, this is the starts of a flip out because we've got the hinge, and I do like what's on the back. I would probably mat some writing paper on that, so I can see that it definitely wants straightening up, so we'll do that. It could have also been a gusseted pocket, you know, I would just have to add another you know, another gusset in on the other side and one on the bottom. The reason I've decided not to do that is just because we've got lots of gusseted pockets, and I feel like, you know, I want to have a mix of things to, yeah, not all have the same thing, because, yeah, we like variety, don't we, in our journals. So again, just rounded the corners, and then that can be a flip out writing spot, just a bit of decoration there. And then I would mat this because I don't want to lose the back of it completely. Could also be a flip out photo spot as well. You know, it wouldn't be an issue if I didn't what's the word, mat it with paper, because someone could just put a photo on, or a picture, or even a little pocket on the back if we, oh, actually I might do that. I might put a little pocket on it. I think all the ones I've made today are a bit too big for it, and not sort of the right colours really, but yeah, just like a small pocket on the back of that would be quite nice, I think. So there we go, a flip out, writing spot, pocket, photo spot, whatever we like. Right, what have we got here? So we have a triangle, which does not look straight at all. And we've got this on it. I think the first thing that I want to do is make this piece straight. Can you see how wonky donk that is? So I'm going to line up the crease that's in the paper. I'm going to line that up at the edge of this, like the metal piece on here, because I think that should be a straight line, shouldn't it? So we'll get that. Yeah, that's better. Have I got, let's just use my envelope as, that could be a tuck spot. So I'm just going to round that corner so it's got a softer edge. That's it. So we've got an envelope flap, or it could be, yeah, a tuck spot. And then we've got this on the back, which could either be hidden, or that could be a small side tuck. So if I was doing that, I think I would want straight edges. So I'm going to cut the back of it to the size of the triangle like that. So now we have options with this piece. So I would glue it over the page, and as I say, we could glue this on top and bottom and have that be a small side tuck, depending on where it's going. And then we've got a tuck here. If we just put some glue along this edge, we could then have this be a tuck. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I don't know what I was trying to make with it being a random triangle, I don't know. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to round these edges here if I can. Don't know if it might be a bit, yeah, that's it. Not too the same here. Just because if I was going to use that as a side tuck on the other side, then I would want it to be, doesn't look quite right now. You're gonna notice that if it's over the page. Yes. Let me just tidy that bit up. Sorry. I'll do that. That's it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just because if I was going to use that as a side tuck, again, I'll just bring it in. Then the rounded corners just gives it a softer look. Equally, it could just be the bit that gets glued down and covered up. So we have an over the page tuck spot now. Just give it a bone folder. Oops. That's that. So yeah, we're making all sorts of different things with our scraps today, which is, yeah, what we wanted. So I'm going to come back to this piece because this one is going to be a policy pocket type of pocket, so that just requires a bit extra. So I'll leave that till last because I need to get all my brads and awls out and everything. Right. So this piece I was unsure what to do with because this could be a tag or a journal card. It's very pretty. I just would want, you know, writing space on the back. And then I had this piece which I thought bookmark. But this piece underneath would want a lot of decorating because we've got a lovely pattern down here but not really anything here. Equally it could be written on. But then I thought, what if the decoration was a belly band? So we have a belly band here and the whole thing be a belly band. And I don't have very many of, I actually don't have any belly bands. So I think that's why I decided to go with it. So I just want to straighten that up. I think they're the same size as well actually with the straightening. Yeah, I believe so. So I'm going to round the corners. Again, just to give it a softer look. This is quite thick card, this one that I'm holding here, but it's not overly thick. And the scrapbook paper underneath is quite thin, but not overly thin. So I felt like together they're not like excessively bulky. Like I'm not putting thick on thick or thin on thin. I wouldn't want that either. So that would be like so. How wide is the piece behind? That is 4 inches, which would be just fine for a journal page, as well as a, what's the word? Altered file folder page. And yeah, this fits nicely in the middle. So I think I will just keep this as is. I'm just going to take it in a tad, just because I want this feather here to be on the edge, or closer to the edge I should say, and as by the looks of it, it needed straightening up anyway. That's it. So then when we have the belly band detail, we've got the decoration sort of, you know, it's right on the edge here, and I wanted it a bit closer to the edge, so I'm going to go in again actually. That's it. I don't know why, just for symmetry I guess. Faux symmetry. Yeah, so then we would want to round this piece as well. I hope this has been interesting to see. As I say, I just wanted to approach it how I would if I was just, you know, not filming and I was just at home on my own trying to use up my scraps. I like to do this when I've made all the ephemera that I want to make or planned to make, and then whatever is left just becomes really interesting different pieces that hadn't been planned but that are useful and look good. So there we are. So I'm going to ink this. I'm just going to use what's on my dauber, which is Victorian Velvet. I haven't done much inking just because most of these things I can do off screen. It's just obviously I'm gluing this piece on here, so I have now got only one chance to ink it. Right, because we've rounded the corners, oops, I'm going to do sort of a thick line here. I'm essentially filling in the top of it where the rounded corners are, and I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. That's it. So yeah, these things could have been separate pieces. As I say, I had tag or journal card in my head, and this was going to be a bookmark, but I liked how they looked together as a double belly band, and really simple. And as I say, the piece underneath doesn't need decorating. This really doesn't need anything. I might add a word or a cluster to it. The only thing I do want to do is I can see a pencil marking here because I was clearly measuring this out for something. Don't ask me what, I have no idea. Isn't that funny though, when you come to actually use your scraps and you realise that you have no idea what you were making and why you've got this strange scrap. It's like, what were you making? But anyway, that's that one. Simple, simple. As I say, we're not decorating anything yet. Now I may very well back some paper onto the back of this, just something thin, just to give it a bit more sturdiness, because this is quite a heavy piece, but likewise once it's glued down it might not need it. Right, here we go, 2 bits left. Okay, so I've got this, and as you can see I was cutting circles from it because I don't like waste, and obviously we've got the band across the middle which I can't use. I mean, I'm sure I could, but I don't want to use it. But the rest of it is very decorative. So I'm going to start by cutting underneath that band. It does mean, sadly, I cut through the rabbit's ears. So we have this. Could be a side tuck if we got rid of the rabbit, seeing as we have lost his ears. Or we could have a pocket, which I think I prefer. So I'm going to take Mr. Rabbit off. and I'll just punch a circle out of that, I think. So where's my... Oh, it's right in front of me. So I just want to get those flowers. So I've got another circle there, and I might get another circle out of this. I'll get rid of the rest. So you can see a little bit of the rabbit, but you wouldn't know that it's a rabbit. So those can go in my circle drawer. I showed you that at the beginning, didn't I? Where did I do? Here it is. So then this can be a gusseted pocket. So I do need the scoreboard. So again, this looks quite wide. So let's see. 5.5 inches, which is just fine by the time we add the gusset in. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, because I don't want to lose too much of the pattern. Likewise at the bottom, I don't want to lose too much, so I'm just going to go 1/4 at the bottom. As I say, it's not going to be for anything big, it's just going to be a tag or, you know, a little notebook or something. It's not going to be, you know, anything massive in there. So I lied when I said I'd done all the gusseted pockets, didn't I? But as I say, this piece was just a random, it was the front cover of the paper pad, so I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but I don't like waste. That's why I do this craft. So excuse me, I feel like I need another drink. Yapping away. Excuse me, that's better. And then, because this is quite a wide pocket, I'm going to use my bigger hole thing, circle thing, I should say. That's it. There you go. It's a nice little pocket, isn't it? Right. I'm hoping we're doing all right for time. I haven't really been looking at the time because, yeah, I just wanted to get through the pile, to be honest. So it might be a long video. Sorry if it is. Okay, so again, same thing. I'm gonna cut to the edge of that, and then I'll just I might fussy cut that flower out actually. Yeah, I'll fussy cut that out. So there you go. I'm using as much as I can. I'm going to cut this off. I don't think I can get much from that. Again, just cut the circle bit off. Not much there. And this I'll keep as a strip because that could be, that could go behind a word to have it stand off. So I'll put that in with my strips. There we go. Right, what have we got here? This could be a tiny little pocket, which would be nice. Could also be a tag, because we're blank on the back. I think I will do a tag because I do feel like we've done, you know, enough pockets. And in my opinion, you can never have too many tags to put in the pockets. Or ephemera, other ephemera. So we'll do that. It will be a little tag, but I quite like, you know, different sizes of tags, I really do. And then because we're blank on the back, I will just put my hole in it, and then that'll be ready for a bit of decoration. Again, it's not going to need masses and masses because that's a really nice pattern, so I'll probably just put a label on it, to be honest. I feel so good getting through all these scraps. Wait until you see this little pile I've got next to me. Right, let's try for this last one, shall we? So this is a big Tim Holtz piece. I kept it with my, you know, Christmassy things because it's got all of this red on it, which I wouldn't use in other Tim Holtz projects. Now, I think this is a 12 inches high by nearly 4 inches. So I've done a video on these in my Tim Holtz series where I fold up the bottom. That's going to be our pocket. And then we fold over the top, and then we're going to have a policy closure here. I think I've also done this in the Tina's Mass Makes I'm just going to straighten that edge there. And I'm just going to make sure that these are straight. I think they are, but just to be sure. I need to get my brads out. So I hope you can see from this video how different sizes and different patterns all became different things. And really I was just letting the scraps tell me what they should be, so to speak. Okay, let's bone folder this down. As I say, I do have a proper video on doing these. So if it is, you know, the first time you're seeing it, it might be a little bit fast today, but that's that. Right, I'm going to round the top corners like that. Nice. And this will get glued up, but we're going to do the policy part first. So I'm going to want 4 circles. So let me do a little bit of digging through here because I'm going to want to find things that go with the pattern. So I'll be right back. Right, I'm all set. I've got my 4 circles. So I've got 2 scrapbook papers, which will be the top layer to go with this. And I've got this cut from Amazon packaging to give us a thicker base. So we're going to start by gluing our top layer circles onto the card. It doesn't need to be as thick as Amazon packaging. It could be just 2 scrapbook paper scraps, you know, stuck together. I just had these, so I thought, you know, it would give the whole thing a bit more sturdiness. So we're going to do that, and I want to ink around them very quickly. That's it. And that will be the last make of today. So I will, at the end, as I always do, show you exactly what we've made. Get everything out on the desk because we've made a lot in one sitting. Right, so I'm going to go through the middle of each one, just making sure I've got them the right way round because I don't want ribbons to be upside down. That's it. Okay, right, so I'm going to have this one here. So I've got my little gold heart-shaped brads that I'm going to use. And then I just want to sort of position this where I think I want it. So we want it middle-ish. Actually, I'm going to take the brad out. I'm going to do it the pencil way, that'll be easier. So I'm going to position my circle. Sorry, I'm casting all kinds of shadows. I realise I have not had my light on this entire time. I'm so sorry. I thought it looked different, but I'm out of practice. Clearly, I've not filmed for a little while, so sorry. Goodness me, I was obviously just in a you know, excited to get on and use my scraps. Rookie error. Never mind. Hopefully you could see everything anyway. Otherwise, I've been sitting here filming for an hour. The video won't be good. Okay. I might cover these when I come to use them. I haven't, you know, cover them with some paper or something. So I just want to position my other circles so they're kind of in line as best we can anyway. That's it. And then we can pop our other circle in. Okay. And then I'm just going to squidge those down so they're nice and secure. And I'm just going to grab some tape to put on the back of this one, because it's where we're going to have the pocket. I don't want anything catching on our brad legs, so this is just framer's tape. It's just a very strong masking tape, but you know, washi would be just fine. What's that? My heart is a little bit askew. It'll do, it'll be fine. There we go. So we can now glue up this pocket. So just go up the two sides. Yeah, so sorry about the light. I just didn't even realise. I think because it was, you know, light enough in the room, but then I realised that I was casting all kinds of shadows and thought, oh my goodness, why am I casting this many shadows? Well, that would be why. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay, that's that. I should have inked that before. Oh, I can just get in there. 2 secs. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to put our string around the circles. So there's the end of it. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the top circle. If I can. That's it. And I'm just going to tie a knot and tie a second knot, just to be definitely sure. But don't pull so tight that you you know, tear through the paper. Then we can cut off this shortest end. That's it. And then what I like to do is come around the circle a couple of times with the longer piece, just to keep everything, you know, in there nice. And then we can do, you know, our little figure of 8 a few times. That'll be plenty, Justine. And then I'll just cut the excess off. Oops, sorry. Definitely out of practice, aren't I? That's it. Right, just open that a bit. So I'm thinking to add a charm to the bottom. I've got this little snowflake charm. So if I think I want it, I think I want the string shorter. Hang on 2 secs. Let me there we are. Let me I'm just going to cut that string down because I do think that's a little bit long. So let me try that again. Let's go 1 figure of 8 and twice around there. That's better. That's it. I can see better how long I want the string to be now. I don't think I can get the twine through the charm. I think it's just a little bit too thin. Let me just try. Okay, I managed to get the charm on. So I'm just bringing my string to where I want this charm. I kind of want it just hanging off, really. Oops, that's that. I think I'm just going to tie a big knot here. Sorry if you can't see exactly what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get a knot in the string. And then I will just tie a knot. That's it. And a second knot. Yeah, the jump ring was just too big for it. There we go. So then we can have that hanging down here. And then I want to just tie another knot just to make sure that the twine doesn't fray. because this one does have a tendency to fray. So I'm just tying a couple of knots in the string, and then I can cut beneath those knots. So then if it frays, it'll only fray up to the knots, if that makes sense. So we have this. This is a bit untidy. So what I like to do is glue that onto the longer piece of string. So I'm just going to use the Ephemera tack to do it. Sorry that was a bit messy. It's been a while since I've done these. So yeah, I had to remind myself what I was doing. And of course, yeah, realising the light wasn't on threw me a little bit for a second then. So sorry about that. But as I say, hopefully you could, you know, get the gist of what I was doing just fine. Lots of glue coming out. And then, yeah, as I say, I just want to glue those pieces together. Like that. Getting glue on me rather than the string. That's it. Not everyone does this when they make them. I just think that it looks a bit, just a bit tidier, I think. So yeah, I just want to get that glue on. So I'm just taking off the excess glue now. And then, yeah, that just holds that there. So we don't have lots of random bits all over the place. Okay, so then bring that around. Oh, just need to give that a bit longer to take. That's it. So then we'll have the little charm just hanging down like that. And then of course, as I say, we've got the pocket in the middle for putting something in. And then we just want to cover up the brad legs at the top with something maybe. So I'll worry about that when I come to use it. For now though, I've got my pocket done. So that is all my scraps. They're all used apart from the notebooks. But as I say, I'll get the papers in off screen and then we can just look to decorate up the covers maybe. So we have got, out of our scraps today, don't lose the jump ring, there we go. We've got a policy pocket. We've got, let's bring out all the tags. So I've got that one, journal card, nice tag, a tag base, another tag base, that's a pocket, another tag, another journal card base, another tag base. God, we've got absolutely heaps, haven't we? Brilliant. Got any more tags? Yes, we do. Sorry, I've got this massive pile next to me, rooting through. So that was going to be a journal card. I'll round the corners once I've backed it. Little tag. Again, another journal card. I've got a double belly band. And then we've got a bunch of gusseted pockets. Got a whole pile of these. God, goodness me. I think I've been sat here for about an hour or so. Got absolutely loads, haven't we? And then we have the two flip outs, which I'm thinking to put on top of a tag or a journal card. So that's those. I've got this flip out, which can have a pocket on the back, writing space, whatever. This one is the over the page, like double tuck thing as a triangle. And we've got a side pocket, which could even actually go that way. Pocket, no, I think I prefer it on the side. Or do I? That one could go either way. So either it's a pocket this way or a side pocket. Oh my goodness me, that is a lot of things. All made from 2 piles of scraps. Isn't it? That's all I had. So yeah, this is your invite to go and find all of your scraps. Sit there for an hour and just see what lovely things you can come up with and get it all used. So as I say, that is that. So that was just getting all of the bases ready. I hope the video isn't too long. It's probably about an hour, so sorry about that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide these up because some things really don't need decorating. Like I'm not going to add anything to this, but same with, you know, this foxy. But there are other things that might want a little bit of decorating or a lot. So for example, this is very plain, definitely going to want to decorate that. This one has this beautiful border, but I definitely want to add more to it. So I'm going to go through, pick out the things that want decorating, and then we'll have a session or two of decorating them up. So thank you ever so much for joining me and keeping me company through that. I hope it was helpful to see, or just interesting. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Bye bye for now.